Good afternoon, everyone. This is Anne-Marie. We're taking a look at SPY today, and the song remains the same. 50% rule, as it turns out, is holding up. Remember, I told you the 50% rule says that if a stock creates a trading range and it comes back to the midline and holds it, it's very likely that it ends up touching the top before it touches the bottom. And so this was the wave that created the range. And then here we are getting above the 50% line, pulling back, but still grinding forward. In the end, folks, we're not resolving. See how flat the VWAPs are? We just are exploring ranges. We've got a gap fill event that needs to be completed right here. Oh no, I think we got it with this one. So we've got the gap fill. Now we're just looking to take it back to the top. Could we blow out above the top? Absolutely we could. The market feels like it's got good traction, but in the end, what we have is a formation that is very, very much sideways. So how do you trade the sideways space? One, level to level and get out. For us, me particularly trading, if I leave my stops too wide or not wide enough, I end up either getting negative or getting stopped out, which usually ends up also being negative. So it's a very, very tenuous space. You've got to be extremely cautious, trade level to level, and then get out. Tomorrow's big event, in my mind, is going to be how it behaves up above 156.26. All right, it looks pretty good to that space. If it does that, it should get up here into 156.80, which is a lot of movement for SPY. Else, it's going to come back down and dance around here. You know, in my mind, it feels like the market is waiting for some kind of catalyst to throw it out of this space. Something else that the market is doing, though, because we had such an aggressive acceleration to the upside, us moving the way that we did, this grand formation, what we have been is extremely overbought, in quotations. Now, the problem with being overbought is that at some juncture we've got to flatten out, and I do believe this chart is flattening out, just giving itself a little bit of a breath. In the end, folks, we're still holding support. We're still testing new highs. We're still holding our levels, and so we can't think about that stuff as being bearish. Listen, one day it's going to roll, right? But until we close the day down below 153.64, and frankly close the week down below there, we really are in a space where we are continually looking at upside momentum to hold us together. And so when we think about that, when we realize that what we're doing is just working off a little bit of that overbought formation and just coming in, maybe flattening out just a little bit, pulling into support, we could have ourselves another big move to the upside. Overall, weeks of volume that has held steady, much steadier than these guys, right? All of a sudden, great big movements. So a lot of price action in here, a lot more selling, a lot more buying. In the end, the weeks have been very, very positive. We've had this 1 week that came in. What was the volume here? 88.7. 88.7. And this one was 886.8. So still, this gives us more volume to the upside than the downside. We'll just keep watching, see how this week ends. We've got a short week this week, and that might affect the way that we move, but in the end, just moving sideways. So take a look, use your pivots. They are critical in terms of helping you get from one end to the other, and just so long as you keep your eye on where it is that your support ought to be, and you make your size smaller because you're in a space that's very likely to reverse at any time in any form or fashion, right? We've had a lot of gaps. They're getting filled. We know this. We just have to play accordingly. All right? Good luck. See you later.